Hello, my Generation X peeps. Today is July 22nd. I am 7 days away from turning 50 on July 29th, at which point I'm hoping to be at 10% body fat, and you're along for the journey. My last DEXA said I was at 11.6, and that was about a week ago, and I'm losing about a pound per week, and right now it seems like every pound is about a percentage down. So let's just say I have 2% left to go. I have to lose 2 more pounds. And I'm 7 days away, so let's see if I can lose 1 more pound and hit that 10%. So be sure to stay tuned. Now today what I want to talk about is why I get so many steps in. I used to get 10,000 steps in per day. That's what was like recommended. And now I bumped it up to 15. Why? Because I feel like though my body has adapted to my new weight. I keep losing weight and everything just keeps getting easier. Just like yesterday, I was doing the 20-mile back bay ride, and I was cooking. I was flying. I was a different person yesterday. Why? Because I feel like I'm on a carbon fiber bike. It's, I've gotten lighter, so now the bike's gotten lighter. Well, why am I walking? Because walking actually focuses on using your body fat for energy, where if you run, it focuses more on carbs than glycogen. Whenever it comes to carbs, sugars, I have a huge sweet tooth, and to try and keep that under control, I'm not running, because I know that if I run, I'm going to be really hungry and I'm going to be chasing after those carbs and those sugars. Whenever I used to do marathons and ultra trail runs, things like that, on my way home, it was a birthday party. I'd stop at the grocery store, I get cake, I get soda, I get ice cream, and I would just pig out. My body wanted it, and also my mind said, you deserve this. So I'd pig out and have a birthday party all to myself. So walking, it's a lot easier to recover from than running as well. Running, there was always some kind of an injury. I was rolling my ankle because I enjoy trail running over road running. So I'd be doing that instead. And no, walking has been great. While I walk, I'm able to listen to videos. I listen to all these trainers and gather tips and tricks from them. Also, I am talking with ChatGPT, and I'm coming up with business plans, business ideas, because things are moving really fast and you don't want to be left behind. So you always got to seek out opportunities. So yeah, so I changed it from 10 to 15,000. And how do I go about getting it in? Because remember, it's time consuming. So yeah, where running isn't as time consuming, you will burn a lot more calories, but at the same time, there's a price to pay. Your body's going to want more food, more carbs, more sugars. So how do I get my 15,000 steps in? I get about maybe 6,000 steps in at work. I eat my lunch at my desk, and then I clock out for my lunch afterwards. So that way I have the full hour to play with. And normally I can get about 3 miles in during my lunch hour, and also have about 10 minutes to spare. And I use those 10 minutes to go grab my energy drinks out of my lunch bag and put them in the freezer, and just chill out before I start working. So there's about 6,000 steps right there. And then throughout the day, just running back and forth to the copy machine or whatever it may be, talking to people, I get some more steps in. And then at the end of the day, after I'm off work, I'll go out and do my kettlebell workout, or I'll go out for my 20-mile bike ride, and then I'll have dinner, and then I'll chase after the remaining steps, which are normally around 2,000 steps. So I'll go and I'll walk for that distance. Plus, also walking after dinner is really good for digestion and also helps you sleep better, but that's another video for another day. So whenever you start thinking about how many calories you're burning through walking, so it doesn't burn as many calories as running, but it really puts things into perspective. And these are the things that you need to think about whenever you're adding exercise to your diet plan, and also your diet to your exercise plan. Because if you walk, let's just say, like for myself, I'm 5'8". I now weigh about 152 pounds, 153 pounds. If I walk 1 mile, that's about 2,100 steps. And that's about maybe 95 calories. 95 calories. There's these little things that are really delicious, little peanut butter cups that they sell at Costco. And those things are so good. Those things are 80 calories. So you're telling me I'm going to go walk a mile so I can eat that one little Costco Reese's Pieces type of peanut butter cup? That's pretty wild to look at it that way. It's like, oh, seriously? It's like, is a squeeze worth the juice? Or no, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know? So you really got to put things in perspective. So let's just say I walk 2 miles. That's 4,200 steps. That's about 190 calories. So that means that I would be able to treat myself to like a Snickers candy bar, which used to be one of my staples before I started getting into, working out and stuff. I actually used to drink 8 sodas a day, and I used to wash 2 Snickers bars down with sodas because I deserved it. Yeah, because I was working a lot. So that's why that was my mentality. So think about it. Is that Snickers bar worth walking 2 miles? Would you walk 2 miles for a Snickers candy bar? So now 3 miles. 3 miles, that's about 6,300 steps, 6,000 steps, and you're looking at about 290 calories that you're burning. So 290 calories, that's like, let's just go ahead and say 2 candy bars and a small fry. How often do you go out and you eat some fast food, and of course you're gonna have some fries with it, and then afterwards you want something sweet? So we haven't even talked about the full combo meal, but just the fries alone and whatever that's sweet that you drink or eat afterwards, is it worth it? So whenever you start changing your diet, like whenever I go out to eat, In-N-Out, I'll eat In-N-Out burgers and then no fries, just the burger alone. I've gotten down to the point where I just eat Flying Dutchman, so I don't even have the bread anymore. Why? Because I'm trying to stay on track and I got my goals. So, hey, and then also I realized that my taste buds changed. So now whenever I eat the bread at In-N-Out, it tastes really sweet to me. And that all came along with some of the fasting I've been doing, stuff like that. But fasting, that's another video for another day. Now let's just say you walk 4 miles. That's about 8,000 steps, and that's about maybe 400 calories. 380, 400 calories, right around there. So that's a large fry. A large fry. So whenever you go out to get McDonald's or whatever you eat at a fast food place and they give you a large fry, that's 4 miles that you're going to need to walk that off. Is it worth it? No. Skip the fries. If you're going down this journey like I have, I did little bits and pieces here and there. I tried different things, and that was one of the stepping stones, was no fries, no soda. Those were just stepping stones. Now let's just say you walk 5 miles. That's about 10,000 steps right there. 10,000 and 10,500 steps. That's about 500 calories. 500 calories. That's a cheeseburger. So what have I been doing? I've been eating twice a day now. I just eat 2 sandwiches during my lunch hour, and then I have a high protein dinner. So when it comes to a cheeseburger or fast food throughout the day, I don't eat that. So actually, my lunches, I used to do a lot of fast food, and I used to go out to Chick-fil-A, and of course, Burger King and Carl's Jr. Now, keep in mind that I'm eating a burger covered with bread, and they got the fries, the nice salty fries, and then a soda. So it was like a nice combination of goodness back in the day. But now, because my taste buds have changed, I've switched out that cheeseburger with my 2 sandwiches. Now, whenever we compare the two, the cheeseburger is about 500 calories. My lunch that I eat during the day is 2 sandwiches and 2 hard-boiled eggs. And altogether, that's 800 calories. Yes, I'm eating 300 more calories than that cheeseburger, but it's high protein and it's clean. My sandwiches, I make them with keto bread, so it's low carb and high protein, and it's very satiating. So afterwards, I'm not still sipping on a soda or eating fries, getting thirsty, sipping on a soda, and that whole vicious cycle. So that's the way to put these things into perspective whenever you're changing your diet, and also whenever you're exercising. Do you really want that side of fries? Do you really want that cheeseburger? Do you really want that candy bar? You're going to have to make some sacrifices, and you're going to have to find some discipline, so that way your sweet tooth doesn't activate. And one way that I've been doing it is through walking instead of running. So I used to love to run. I'll still do it once in a while, but right now for my goals, it's walking. Now, doesn't mean that you have to go out and try and get 15,000 steps in right away or jump into 15,000 steps. Just start with maybe doing 1 mile per day, because as long as you get your mind focused on the direction you're going or you want to go, and you just start taking some small steps, no pun intended, you're already going in that direction. You've built some inertia and your mind is set. So, if you're like me and you're not done yet, follow along, maybe you'll learn some tips and tricks from me that'll help you on your journey. Let me know what you've done on your journey, what's been working for you, so maybe I can learn from you as well, because once I hit 10%, after that, now I have to try to maintain it. So it's going to be another lifestyle change after that point. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to support the channel by checking out the merch in the description below. And also hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And I will see you guys soon.